All right, Yellowstone fans, we are back and diving into some news even bigger than a Dutton family feud.
This is gonna be good.
Remember when we thought Yellowstone was over?
Oh, yeah, like totally.
Canceled, done, kaput.
We were already planning our rewatch, right?
Right, but hold your horses, because Yellowstone Season 6 is officially a dry-up.
Wait, seriously?
I know. We all thought it was over, especially after that whole Kevin Costner thing.
And the spin-off announcements, don't forget those.
Exactly. It was like 1923, then 1924, then the Madison.
Like Pick a Lane, Paramount.
Right. But before we get into all of that, let's address the elephant-sized steer in the room, Beth and Rip. Because guess what? They are the new leads of Yellowstone Season 6.
No way! Are you serious?
I am dead serious. This YouTube video we're looking at confirms it. Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser are stepping up to the plate, ready to wrangle this thing into a whole new season.
Wow, that's unexpected, but also kinda awesome.
Right. It's like they heard our prayers. We all knew Beth and Rip were the heart and soul of this show.
Their chemistry's off the charts. You can't look away when they're on screen.
It's electric. Remember that scene in Season 4?
Oh, you mean the one where...
Yes, exactly. Pure television gold. And now, with John Dutton's fate up in the air...
Ooh, good point. We still don't know what's happening with him.
Right. This source didn't say. But it did say that the new season will really dig into what makes Beth and Rip tick.
Like individually or as a couple?
Both. Think about it. Beth, with all her ambition and ruthlessness, having to potentially take over the ranch.
And Rip, caught between his loyalty to John and his love for a woman who's, well, Beth.
It's a recipe for some seriously intense drama.
No kidding. And we haven't even touched on Case and Monica yet.
Oh, man, I know. This YouTube video was surprisingly silent about them.
Maybe they're keeping it under wraps for a reason.
Maybe. Which, honestly, is classic Yellowstone. They love to keep us guessing.
It's true. But hey, that's part of the fun, right?
Exactly. It keeps us coming back for more. Speaking of coming back, what do you think made Paramount change their tune about ending the show?
Well, remember all those production delays and those rumors about on-set issues.
Oh, yeah, that couldn't have been cheap.
Right. Time is money, especially in the TV world. My guess? Paramount probably felt the pressure.
From fans.
Definitely. And from, well, their bank accounts. They needed a surefire hit, and who better than the queen and king of Yellowstone Ranch themselves?
Beth and Rip, the ultimate power couple. It's genius, actually.
It is.
But here's the real question. Will this new season live up to the hype?
Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Yellowstone is back, baby. And I, for one, am ready to saddle up and see where this wild ride takes us.
Me too. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's unpack what this means for the Dutton family legacy. Because even with Beth and Rip at the helm, there are still a lot of unanswered questions. Unanswered questions like, what about the ranch itself? Will Beth be able to hold on to it?
With Jamie circling like a hungry wolf, I don't know.
Right. He's been vying for control for so long. This could be his chance to finally make his move.
Especially with John out of the picture, at least for now.
Yeah, John's absence is really throwing a wrench into everything.
It's like the whole power dynamic of the show just shifted.
Totally. And speaking of power dynamics, what about those market equity sharks? They're not just going to back down because Beth and Rip are in charge.
Oh, absolutely not. If anything, this might make them even more determined to seize control of that land. They're going to see it as a weakness, right? New leadership, maybe a little bit of chaos.
Prime opportunity to swoop in and take advantage.
Exactly. And then there's, well, everything with the Broken Rock Reservation.
Don't even get me started on the reservation. That's a whole other kettle of fish.
One that's about to get even more complicated, I bet, especially with Rainwater and Angela Blue Thunder still calling the shots.
Ooh, yeah, Angela Blue Thunder. She's a wild card if I've ever seen one.
Total wild card. And you know she's got her own plans for the Yellowstone.
Plans that probably don't involve Beth Dutton.
Let's just say those two don't exactly exchange Christmas cards.
Oh man, Season 6 is shaping up to be a battle royale.
With some seriously high stakes.
And you know what else I find interesting?
What's the plan?
The fact that this whole Yellowstone Season 6 thing came about because of the fans.
You're right. This wasn't even on the table, and then suddenly, bam,
Oh.
Beth and Rip are back.
It's like Paramount realized they couldn't just ignore what the people wanted.
Especially not with a fandom as passionate as Yellowstone's.
They're ride or die for this show.
Yeah.
And for Beth and Rip.
Which makes me wonder, what's going to happen to the Madison, you know, that spinoff that's supposed to be about the early Duttons?
Oh, yeah, that's still happening.
Seems like it. I mean, they haven't officially canceled it, but with all the focus shifting back to the main show,
It makes you wonder if they might pull the plug, right?
it's definitely a possibility. Maybe they'll try to work Beth and Rip into it somehow, like a flashback episode or something.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Right. Imagine seeing a young Beth and Rip back when their love story was just beginning.
Oh, the drama. See, this is why I love Yellowstone. There are always so many possibilities.
It's a roller coaster, that's for sure.
And I, for one, cannot wait to see where this crazy train takes us next.
Me neither. But in the meantime, I think we need to address the real elephant in the room.
What's that?
What does this mean for the other Duttons? The ones who got left out of the press release? Case, Monica, and Tate. What happens to them now?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, we were left with a huge cliffhanger about Casey's vision quest.
And Monica was pregnant, don't forget.
Oh, right. Man, there are so many loose ends. Do you think they'll even be in season 6?
I'm not sure. This YouTube video made it seem like season 6 is going to be all about Beth and Rip navigating this new chapter. You know, maybe without John there.
It'll be like their chance to prove themselves.
Exactly, to show everyone they can handle the ranch, the family, the whole legacy.
But what about Casey's legacy? He's a Dutton too. And he was starting to step up and embrace that whole world.
True, but let's not forget he was also deeply conflicted. Remember how season 5 ended? With him basically saying he couldn't be both the man he wanted to be and a Dutton.
And then there's Monica. She's never been fully comfortable on the ranch, has she?
No, she hasn't. And honestly, can you blame her? It's a pressure cooker.
Understatement of the century.
Right. I mean, I love watching the show, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that family in real life.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But back to Case and Monica.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe this is their chance for a clean break?
It's possible this could be the writer's way of giving them a happy ending. You know, riding off into the sunset, away from all the drama.
Starting fresh somewhere new?
Exactly. It would be bittersweet for sure, but it might be the best thing for them.
And hey, maybe this means we'll see even more of those gorgeous Montana landscapes.
Right. A change of scenery could be just what the show needs.
I'm just excited to see what happens next. Honestly, after all the cancellation talk and spin-off confusion, I'm just grateful we're getting more Yellowstone.
Me too. And with Beth and Rip leading the charge, you know it's going to be explosive.
No doubt about it. This season is going to be one for the books. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Big thanks to expert speaker for breaking down all the latest Yellowstone news with me.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to talk Duttons.
And to all of you listening, don't forget to subscribe to The Deep Dive so you don't miss our next episode, where we'll be diving even deeper into the world of Yellowstone. We'll be dissecting fan theories, analyzing trailers, and maybe even making some bold predictions of our own. Until then, keep binging, and remember, when it comes to the Duttons, expect the unexpected.